As you see, I'm not a person who prepare paper and stuff. I just talk from what comes in my mind. So, my question is, do you have children? Or why do you want to be a dad? Why did you have children? Why? What's the main point of having children? Why do you want to have children? Ask yourself, why? Animals like to have children. So why do you want to have children? Allah Azza wa Jalla said in the Quran that فَلَا تُعْجِبُكَ أَوْلَادُهُمْ وَلَا أَمْوَالُهُمْ فَلَا تُعْجِبُكَ أَمْوَالُهُمْ وَلَا أَوْلَادُهُمْ إِنَّمَا يُرِيدُ اللَّهُ أَنْ يُعَذِّبَهُمْ بِهَا فِي الْحَيَاةِ الدُّنْيَا وَتَزْهَقَ أَنفُسُهُمْ وَهُمْ كَافِرُونَ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in the Quran that for the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he told him, do not be pleased with their money or their kids or their sons. Allah wanted to ban them, punish them in hayat al-dunya. So your kid could be your punishment in hayat al-dunya. And their sins go away while they are unbelievers. So do not be happy that I have a kid. Why do you have a kid? Is your goal to have a kid, or in other words, your kid is away for something else? When Zachariah, the prophet of Allah, after his hair gets gray, he became old. What did he say? He has no kids. What did he say? هَبْ لِي مِن لَدُنْكَ وَلِيًّا. Oh my Lord, after all of these years of kids, he asked Allah to give him wali, a friend for Allah. He didn't say, give me a daughter, give me a kid, I want a boy. No, he said, please God, give me anything. He did not say no. He didn't say that. He wanted a friend for Allah. Why? To help him in Judgment Day. Because if your kid doesn't help you on Judgment Day, he is useless. He's a babe in the hayat al-dunya and the akhirah. I was with a family recently, and I saw a daughter. I'm talking about daughter. She pushed her mom away with her hands. She's 30, I guess, and her mom is 45, something like that. And she did that. And when I looked at that, I said, well, that's the fruits of the tree. They planted, they got what they planned for. They taught them nothing. It starts from the beginning. How do you choose your wife? Did you choose your wife because she's sexy? She has a good body? She's beautiful? All of this will be gone soon or later. After a week, after a month, after whatever. So from the beginning, you should know, how can I choose my wife? I'm not going to go for that right now. I'm going to just talk briefly about it. Simply about religion. A wife will help you in hayat al-dunya and akhirah. My wife will help me in hayat al-akhirah. Yes, absolutely. I see some kids. They say, my dad, I like my dad. Did you read a verse for your dad? Did you read just one verse for it? Did you say, I'm going to make sadaqah and this sadaqah will go for my dad after his dad? He doesn't do that. If you see that, for example, Amawi era, the Khulafa killed themselves. The Amir al-Mu'mineen killed himself. So, his kid will be in his seat after him. And what happened after him? Did he remember his dad? No. Did he read a verse for his dad? No. He left for him a problem. Your kid could be your problem in dunya and the akhirah. Don't be like those that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave them kids and money to punish them in hayat al-dunya and the akhirah. No. After that, when you choose your wife for dunya and the akhirah, not just because of she is and she is, no. Specific standards in Islam. This wife for dunya and the akhirah. After that, you go further and be a good person before you start to have kids. Why? In Surah Al-Kahf, which we usually read each Friday, قال تعالى فأما الجدار فكان لغلامين يتيمين وكان تحته كنز لهما وكان أبوهما صالحين. Zawal, that story simply is about that was Moses and Al-Khidr. Moses is the prophet of Allah Azza wa Jal, and Al-Khidr is a religious person that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent Moses to him to teach him how to know more about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So they went to a village and they asked the people of this village for some food. They gave them nothing. Khidr found a wall is about to crack. Choose a cracking wall, it's about to fall down. So he fixed it. He fixes the wall. Moses said, why did you do that? We could just ask them for salary, for some money, and to fix the wall, and they get this money, and they eat, and doing our life. But the verse says, the Khidr replied him back, but he said what? This wall was for 2 orphan boys. And there was a treasury under the wall, and their parents were what? Religious people. So if you were good in the life, if you were good now, you will help your kid, even if after your death. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will find someone for him to help him and save him. And because your money is halal, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will keep it for you now and after. I was talking recently with 3 old men. I can see old, sorry about that, but they are above 60, so for me it's old. They are old. I like to talk with old people, older than me. And I heard from a cook, and a Muslim cook. He told me that the Chinese food, most likely, it has alcohol. Most likely, if you want Chinese food, believe me, it should have an alcohol, it should have wine, or it should have, they cook with it, with a simple percentage. And I talked with him, I say that this Chinese food, most likely it has, unless you ask and say, did you bought, you don't bought, and I myself went to a Chinese restaurant, a buffet, a very famous one here, anyway, and the guy there told me, yeah, we bought wine, but it's very simple percentage and stuff like that. Anyway. And think about it. If you are taking a poison with a very little percentage day per day, very little, very little, accumulated over the years, you will die. So don't think, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Ma asfara qalilu fakathiruhu haram." Whatever little of it makes you drunk, a lot of it is haram. So anyway, I talked with them and I found the guy said, so what? That's fine. Wine is expensive. They will not put wine on the food. Don't worry, they won't do that. See, the guy told me in the restaurant we bought. One of his friends told me, he was talking about subject and stuff like that. He told me, and I say, but Allah Azza wa Jal, and I want to go further because if I can talk from now to 3 or 4 o'clock. So anyway, that's how I can talk in 5 minutes, I can talk in 15 minutes, I can talk in 3 hours, I can talk for 24 hours. It depends on, I know you'll get bored of me, and I know some of you have to work. So anyway, so forgive me about that. So I'm not going to share with you everything I have. If we have another meeting or another time, it would be great. So in short, his friend told me, we'll talk about something. I talk about Zanawa and his son, and how his son, he was not. Anyway, he told me, no, don't talk about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's not let Allah to be alone now. Leave Allah now, leave Allah. And I wonder, when they are above 60, what they did in their youth, now Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give it to them. They don't care about having alcohol, they don't care about Allah, they don't care, they are getting old. And because during their youth, they did bad. I can see that now. One of these guys, his daughter married to a Christian. His other son, he told me, his other son, he's begging him to call him. To call. Yes, his son is healthy, he's good, he has a big house, he has a good job, he's wealthy. He's really wealthy. As much as I see, yeah, he's good. He's a very good. He don't even pick up the phone to call his dad, say, how are you? His dad bags him for that. So, what did he do in the dunya? Nothing. Is that the kid you want when you grow up? Do you want a kid that doesn't even remember you? But don't blame the kid, blame yourself. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, كل مولود يولد على الفطرة. Every child born upon fitra or upon his nature. So فأبوان يهودان أو يمجسان أو ينصران. His parents make him Majusi, worship fire, or believe in God, literally believe in two gods. One is for darkness, one for light. One for dark, anyway. Or make him a Jew, or make a Christian, or make... You plant, you will gain what you plant. But don't think about yourself now. Think of 20 years from now. This kid will not even care about you. So from the beginning, be a good person. For the akhirah, you will help your kid for the akhirah. Even if after your death, you will help your kid. And your kid will help you too. It's a mutual benefit. How's that? How come? Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, إذا مات ابن آدم انقطع عمله إلا من ثلاث. صدقة جارية أو عمل ينتفع أو علم ينتفع به أو ولد صالح يدعو له. If the son of Adam died, his work will be cut, but from three. His good deeds will be done, finished, but for three. صدقة جارية. You be صدقة أو علم ينتفع به, or knowledge you give it to someone. I still remember my dad taught me how to say Subhanallah, Alhamdulillah after the prayers. So even now, each time I say it, he gets some charity from Allah Azza wa Jalla because he taught me. أو ولد صالح يدعو له. A good boy or a religious boy make dua for him. If you left money for your family and you are very happy with that, they will be busy with the money. They will not be busy with you. And you will be instead of, you will be in your grave. I just want some of you can just do that, please. Just go for your bedroom at night, turn off the light, and think about now is your death. What will happen after? Believe me, they will care about everything. Your kids at this time, unless they are very religious, or they really like you religiously. Why? My kid may like me because I'm very nice to him. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is like, I could be atheist and my kid likes me. Okay? That's fine. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, الْأَخِلَّاء بَعْضُهُمْ لَبَعْضٍ عَدُوٌّ إِلَّا الْمُتَّقِينَ. What does it mean? The best friends in Judgment Day will be an enemy to each other, except the muttaqeen. So your best friend will be an enemy for you? Yes. Yes, will be enemy for you? Yes. Oh, see, I'm not. So if you think about akhirah, it's totally different from now. I see this girl is unfortunately at the bar, or you'll find them in Muslim girls, they are unfortunately on the internet trying to find a guy. Or they are the one of them tells me, I have a boyfriend. I said, why do you have a boyfriend? She said, because I want someone to take care of me. I wanted someone to take care of me. I heard many girls told me that. If your daughter didn't find a man inside the house, she will go to find a man outside of the house. Don't blame her, blame yourself. If you are not nice to her, kind to her, know what she wants. Be with her. Did you read for your kid before you sleep? Do you really take care of him? Do you know really? Or you are busy with your work all the day outside of the house? Are you happy because kids are just with mom? Kids need mom and dad. That was the main point of marriage. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created us like that. Man and woman. The woman cannot be a man and the man cannot be a woman. Both of them. There is a mind and also there is an emotions and hearts. Emotions mom and the mind is the dad. And both of them work together. And if you looked at your body, you'll find that your brain is above your heart. You don't think with your heart, you think with your brain. Because you are a master, you must be the mastermind of the family. You don't just think, oh, my wife is awesome, she is doing everything. No, she needs you, believe me. Your daughter needs you, and your son needs you too. So from the beginning, going back for that, if your son is making dua for you, so you are in your brain, and to find, oh, a good deed is coming, oh, from where you are coming? Oh, that's your son makes sadaqah for you. Your son is remembering you. I know a person, he dedicated his life and told me that each time he read a verse for Allah Azza wa Jal, half of it, half its charity to go for his dad, his dead dad, half of his charity to go for his dad, and half of it for himself. Imagine that, imagine his dad. He told me each time he prays, he make dua for his dad to go to have the Firdaus al-A'la. Each time he prays, each time. That's how it should be. Not just you have a son and I'm a son, I'm happy, I have kids, my son is very good, my son is a good dancer. He will not help you with the judgment. If your son is a good dancer, he will not help you so much in Judgment Day. Unless he will not help you so much. So from the beginning, brief that you will choose a good wife. There is someone during Umar ibn al-Khattab time that he found someone he doesn't like his dad at all. He said, why do you like his dad? He said, he chose a bad mom for me. Each time people look at me and say, shame on you to have this mom. And he picked a bad name for me. Umar ibn Khattab said, you disobeyed your kid, so he disobeyed you. After that, after you choose a good wife on the religious that will help you now and after, not about she is beautiful, no. She's good looking, that's fine. But she look at beyond that, have a vision beyond that. And after you get married, in wedding night, don't forget to say, Allahumma janibna shaitan wa janib shaitan ma razaqtana. Please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, let the Satan away from us, and what we will get, let him not to be touched with the Satan. Let the Satan avoid us, and let us avoid the Satan. Because your kid actually, you'll be touched with the Satan from the beginning. From the beginning. After you pray with her, you do that. From the beginning, you became everything. You bought the establishment. There is barrels, you bought. The pigs, you built the house up. From the beginning. After that, you go for the three things we do. لَعِبْ ابْنَكَ سَبْعًا وَأَدِّبْهُ سَبْعًا وَصَاحِبْهُ سَبْعًا. Imam Ali said, لَعِبْ ابْنَكَ سَبْعًا وَأَدِّبْهُ سَبْعًا وَصَاحِبْهُ سَبْعًا. Play with your kid for the play with your kid for the 7 years of his life. Educate him for the next 7 years. Be a friend with him for the next 7 years. Then just let him to be. If he wants you, he will come back. If he needs something, he will come back to you. You don't control him. I see he cannot be 22 and tell him you should do or shouldn't do. The matter is over. The matter is over. The trunk of a tree, you cannot adjust it after 2 years, impossible. You can do that from the beginning. Did you play with your kid? Do you really give him enough time? Because someday your kid will be away from you. Believe me, he will be away from you somehow. That's a life. He will leave you. So I see people really care so much what they are killing ourselves. Some people work 14 hours per day, 12 hours per day, 10 hours per day. They have no time for their kids. You are missing the most beautiful time of your life with your kids. Soon or later, they will grow up and leave you. They will leave you. So be with them from this time. After that, educate them. It's don't pray no. And you should be a role model. I cannot, for example, I know in the Arab world, you can find a guy, he knows many girls, and go back and forth with many girls. And what? And tell his sister, you should know a man. You should know a man. Why? Because man, I'm a good person. I know how really to help the girl to be a better person. But you should be like that. So he gives himself a right. She shouldn't have it. What's the result? The result, she goes outside and finds someone. Believe me. She goes outside and finds someone. Because this is just, every man is like that. Every man will do the same thing. And you hear pathetic stories about that. Pathetic. You can find the girl just takes off her scarf. Unfortunately, now in YouTube, you can see that. Girls with hijab and what they are doing, unbelievable. I don't know why she is wearing hijab. I wish if she didn't. Because in Christians and atheists, they put these YouTubes on these videos on their forums and say, that is Islam. Look at Muslims. Muslim whores with hijab. You don't know what's beyond that. You think it's just a little girl is doing that. The matter is over. It's not the matter of over. They use it to convince people to leave Islam after that. If you just have a comprehensive idea, you will know what's going on after. It's not as simple. So you should be a role model. You deal with a man, with a boy, exactly as a girl. In the same way. She has the same rights. Allah Azza wa Jalla said, وَلَهُنَّ مِثْلَ الَّذِي عَلَيْهِنَّ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ. For Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala said, they have. That's about the wife and the husband. وَلَهُنَّ, they have the same right, like the husband has. Like the husband, they have the right, like the husbands have. In Surah Al-Baqarah. So deal with them equally. Before they sleep, make sure you go for your kid and ask how you are. If you can read a story for him, that's great. Fantastic. Fantastic. It's good. Look at these people who go for ISIS and leave the country. They leave their houses. They leave their charities. They leave everyone. Why do they do that? Why do you think they go there? Yes, some of them, they say, yeah, we will have and we will fight. No, why they do that? Why? Why someone gives up everything? They do that. Because they need two things. Love and kindness. Believe me, they don't have love in their houses. Most likely they don't. They say you will find love in Islam because, and yes, love in Islam is good and it's important. But they don't have love in their families. You don't give them love. You don't educate them. You don't teach them anything. You just feed them as if you have a cat or a dog. Oh, did you eat well? Are you sick? I will get you to the doctor. Emotionally, satisfy your kid emotionally. That's very, very, very important. Otherwise, as I told you, if the girl or the boy did not find love of a man inside the house, he will go outside to find a man or a girl. Yes. Make your kid be a friend for you. She also, I asked the girl, why you never did something wrong? She said, because I'm afraid my dad will be mad at me. I asked her, why did you never did something wrong? Why don't go like others and do that and do that? My dad will be mad at me. Just that. Just that. She said, each time I talk with a man, I go for my dad and tell him, I talked with this man and that's what happened exactly, in details. And I said, recently I saw there was a fight between, not a fight, there was a hard argument and the girl pushed her mom. Look at this, it's like, it was very like a movie. I was just looking at it, what's going on? And his dad came. What do you think he did? He did nothing. He looked at the situation and he left. As if he's dead. He's living dead. He's living dead in his family. He has no option, no control. He did not, for example, say, what's going on? Why you ever acted like that? No, we should see. He is not there. He's not living. So anyway, we just want to end by this point. If we got this point from what to say, take care of your kid emotionally, educate him, and make your goal to make your kid a wali for Allah. Think about tell me about the last scholar came from Arab world. I'm talking about scientists. Einstein, From Germany. Relativity is from Germany. Okay. Who else? Who else when your kid grow up? What he reads? He see these European figures, and American figures. He will not be a Muslim figure, so why he should really be attached to Islam? Unless in extreme way. What is the last scientist that Arabs gave to the world? He didn't come to here to be himself. Nothing. You will not find a scientist came from. You will not find. قولوا قولي هذا استغفر الله لي ولكم. بسم الله والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. First verse, first word in the Quran. Read. Read. Not worship, not know there is Allah, nothing. The only book in the world, religious or non-religious, started with read. Because if you read, you will know. And if you know, you will understand. If you can understand, you will know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is one. Your kids may watching movies. That's okay. But do you know what's inside the movies? Do you know what's inside the movies? Most of the people writing movies right now, most likely they are agnostic or atheists. When I like a hero in a movie, this one, I like this actor very much. And I find this actor say, I believe, you know what, there are 2,000 gods in the world right now. Which God I should believe in? Which God I should believe in? I said, oh really? Yeah, which God I should believe in? I don't know. No, there are not 2,000 gods in the world. If you study very well, and that is how you lie to and make our kids just think about this way. I know a friend was in Canada, and when he used to turn their application, they told him he has kids, and told them, well, just know something. We did not get you to Canada because of you. It's because of your kids. We need your kids, not you. We need people can speak Arab tongues and go back and tell them about us and how good we are. So, no, there are 2,000 gods. There's one God. If you study civilizations, you will know that each civilization, even if Hinduism, which they have about over 100,000 gods, they ended up with one God. He controls everything. Ancient Egyptian religion, the same thing. Many gods, but Horus and their only God is Amun. So every nation said there is only one God, but these people are helping him. But Islam said no, there is no God but just one. So what I want to say in short, that just watching. Don't leave your kid who's playing with his cell phone. You don't know what's inside it. You don't leave your daughter with a computer inside her bedroom. You don't know what's inside. I'm not talking about a 25 years old or something like that. I'm talking about teenagers. You must watch them. If you have a daughter, you must do 3 things with her if you want her to be fine. First of all, religiously educate her. Second thing, you have a control. I'm going to my friend. Where is your friend? My friend is there. I call her mom. Not every time. I call her mom. My wife calls her mom. Is my daughter with you? Because she may even go for a guy and meet him. That's how they do. And eventually you are not there. You find your kid is pregnant. And the guy will say, well, in America you have nothing to do. Third, be a friend for her. If you were a friend with her, she will not do anything wrong. She will not do anything. If you were a friend for your kid, she will not do anything wrong. After that, get books for your kids. Let them read. Let them understand. First word in the Quran, read. Let them read. The cup is empty unless you fill it out with something someone will fill it out for you. Did you get that? The cup is empty. If you do not fill it out with something, someone will fill it out for you. Someone will do the job. Outside or whatever. I ended up just by two things that hopefully you can read about the miracles of Islam and know about that. The first verse I'm going to talk about is وَكَأَيٍّ مِّنْ آيَةٍ فِي السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ يَمُرُّونَ عَلَيْهَا وَهُمْ مُعْرِضُونَ. I think Surah Yusuf, verse 105. So anyway, how many signs in the heavens and the earth, they pass it and they turn their backs to it? This verse, you may read it and say, no, this verse, each time I think about it, it drove me nuts. Why? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, how many signs on the earth? How many signs in the heavens and the earth? In the earth we know about it. We pass it. He said pass it. He said pass. That means from 1,400 years, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, we will pass in the space. We will pass in the heavens. And see heavens, not one heaven. Heavens. We can make another khutbah for that. Heavens. He didn't say heaven, heavens. So the science we have now is nothing. We are going to go have more science after. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, pass it. Pass it. When you pass by something, it is very clear. It cannot be clearer than that. So from 1,400 years, we know we are going to pass in the heavens. In short, that scientists now, they say we have 16 dimensions. Before we have 3, width, length, and height. Einstein added the time. Another one added the fifth element, so we can make compensation between the regular math we know and the new math. That anyway, in short, when I say we have 16 dimensions. If we can just if we are talking about 6 dimensions, and we're still in our galaxy, so don't think we are talking about the heavens. We are talking about maybe each dimension is a heaven. We don't even see it. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said from 1,400 years, we are going to pass in the space. How many of us read this verse and thought about it in this way? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in another verse, that تعرج إليه الملائكة Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that, if it's translated, angels ascending to him. Surah Al-Ma'arij verse 4. Angels ascends to him. Angels ascend to him. Ascend is a wrong word. He says ta'ruj. Ta'ruj means walking in curved lines. Literally. Ta'ruj, he didn't say tas'ad. There is verse difference between, for these people who knows Arabic, for these people who know Arabic very well, the difference between tas'ad and ta'ruj. Tas'ad like that, straight. Like that's why in the gospel he said, Jesus ascend to his Father. You cannot go in the space ascending, impossible. Because of what? General relativity. Einstein, general relativity. Anything in the space is curved. It's impossible. And that is known fact. It's impossible. You can be in the space in a straight line. That's impossible. So how would you know? If you want to convince someone with Islam, how would you convince him if you don't know these things? If you told him, how would you know this book is from Allah Azza wa Jalla? So in short here, that these things are very important to be known to educate your kids for the future. Just make them put a plan and make them believe that these kids will be a good example, help you Judgment Day. Put that in your plan. This kid should help you Judgment Day. If you don't have this plan in your mind, then your time will be very difficult Judgment Day. So, قل قولي هذا أستغفر الله لي ولكم. إن شاء الله تعالى قم الصلاة إن شاء الله عز وجل. قم الصلاة.
الله أكبر الله أكبر. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن